I am, number one, I'm a Kenyan. And I came to Nairobi in '93 after finishing my high school. I was employed with Survey of Kenya. So that's how my life in Nairobi started. I worked there for 2 to 3 years. Then I got employed by Kenya Commercial Bank. I used to do sports. I played sports too. I played for Kenya Commercial Bank Sports Club. And I got a job at KCB as a clerk in '96 and I worked there until 2001 when an opportunity came up. I went to the United States. In the United States, where I've lived there for a while. I got my degree in computer science, and then I got my master's in data analytics. That's still the computer field, and I'm also a licensed nurse in the state of Michigan. So professionally, that's my background. I've worked in a couple of IT companies in the US, and I've also worked in a couple of hospitals in the US. I'm also a business owner. I started Elite Staffing Agency. Elite Staffing Agency does, it employs nurses and places them in areas in various healthcare facilities that require nurses. So I've been doing that. I'm a business owner, so I founded that company, and I grew it up to where it has over 50 employees. And after starting that company, it kind of gave me the freedom to, I don't have to work all the time, and I decided I needed to come back to Kenya, and that's how my gubernatorial bid started. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Governor, even before we go further, maybe what sets you apart from the competitors?
Well, one, I'm all-rounded. I'm educated, which is one of the requirements of being a governor. I'm well-rounded in different fields. I'm well-rounded in the field of IT. I'm well-rounded in the field of healthcare. I'm well-rounded in the field of survey, land and mapping, in the field of finance. And what sets me apart, I think, is I talk to the people, I understand what the problem is, and I'm able to use analytical skills to transform those problems into solutions so that, we can help our people. City Hall has lacked a lot of that. You get, 2013 you elected somebody who was very educated, but fell short in terms of corruption issues. And then 2017, you elect somebody who's very popular among the people, but fell short in terms of, leadership qualities. So I bring those to the table. I bring a blend of both academic experience and also a blend of grit in terms of, being able to solve problems, resiliency, and all that stuff. Because I have overcome a lot of obstacles to get to where I've been, and it's been through resilience, through hard work, and I believe I can take that to City Hall and bring my expertise there.
Well spoken, Brother. Now, leadership. No one has ever woken up and said, "I just want to be a governor." Maybe what is the drive behind that urge to represent the people of Nairobi as a governor?
Nairobi has been getting a road in. Like I just said, I gave an example of 2013. You have somebody, is well educated, is a doctor, and we think he's going to transform Nairobi, take it to the next level. He fell short. 2017, got somebody very popular with the people love him, but fell short on leadership qualities. So we've had a big leadership gap in Nairobi. And that drives me because, I have my brothers and sisters in this city. I have relatives here, and I see them being affected day by day by, the incompetencies of City Hall or the lack of leadership thereof. So that's one of the things that drove me to say, you know, I want to stand and I want to make a difference in Nairobi.
And hopefully after August 9th, you might be the governor. What are the laws that will be guiding you?
Well, there's a scope of practice, what a governor should do, what a governor shouldn't do, what's under the governorship. You know, we have two systems of government. So there's stuff that is under the county completely, like healthcare, ECD in terms of education, all the scope of practice for that's under the county. That's what would be my guiding principle. Like, for example, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to improve Uhuru Highway. I know that's under the national government, but we have county roads that need to be taken care of. So that's what we are going to use. We are going to use that county manual and, you know, drive Nairobi to the next level.
And maybe up to now, even in your manifesto, you've already identified the major problems affecting the people of Nairobi. Maybe during the first 100 days, what is it that you want to achieve first to raise the confidence of the people in you?
I already promised I'm going to reduce licenses by 50%. I believe that's a step towards making Nairobi business friendly. The second thing, I'm going to eliminate all forms of harassment on the business community. My administration is not going to allow the county askaris to be arresting people just because you found people selling, trying to make a living in the city. We'll figure out a way how to handle the hawker problem. We'll find a place for them, we'll find a solution for them. In fact, I am going to have a couple of days during the week, either Saturday or Sunday, where the hawkers can come to the city. There's nothing, what is so wrong with them selling in the city? But we'll figure out a way where my big aim is to make Nairobi business friendly. So no harassment from the city askaris, especially the ones that are under me. The other thing is I want to make sure that we increase service delivery. One of the things I want to do is in City Hall, I want to make sure City Hall can pay their bills on time, pay their people on time, pay salaries on time, pay their bills on time. The other day City Hall had electricity disconnected. That's not going to happen in my administration. And we also need to pay our bills that contractors, they need to be paid on time. I just got word that these contractors who haven't been paid for 3 years, you know, people who delivered services to the city 3 years ago, and they use their money, they've been following payments, nobody wants to pay them because they are not bribing the city officials. Some have even committed suicide. Somebody even told me auctioneers have come to their, you know, so in the next 100 days, I want to make sure salaries are paid on time. I want to improve the morale of City Hall. I want to make sure the bills are paid on time. And also, I want to give business people 50% off on all their trading licenses. Other things will come as we go. You know, we need to improve sewage system, garbage. We need to set up a garbage collection system. That's another thing that I said I wanted to do. And that will come in the first 100 days of setting up a garbage collection system from when garbage is collected until when garbage is processed. So that means we have to, because I'm pretty sure we don't have any garbage processing centers. So we'll set those garbage processing centers in certain sub-counties, so that, you know, we can collect our garbage well. That one we should be able to do that. I don't understand why City Hall does not have a garbage collection system in place to begin with. So those are some of the things that I really want to do in the first 100 years, the first 100 days.
Thank you, Governor. And I'm glad you are an investor in the health sector,
Yes.
elite staffing.
Yes.
Maybe how or what mechanisms do you have in place so as to streamline healthcare in respect to the following building blocks? You have service delivery, leadership, and governance.
So, number one, KEMSA. KEMSA is doing a big disservice to the counties. They are diverting medication that's meant to the county healthcare facilities. So the ones that are meant for Nairobi, I guarantee Nairobians, that's the first fight I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure those medications get to the Nairobi healthcare facilities. If KEMSA wants to mess with the Nakuru County, that's fine. But the medication for Nairobi County, that's my priority. I'll make sure they come to Nairobi County. So that's number one in the healthcare sector. Number two, we are going to ensure, after ensuring this medication, we are going to ensure our staff are properly trained in handling customers, improve their morale, ensure people are equipped to handle patients. I want to change the model from the healthcare professionals being the captain of the ship, which is what happens here in Kenya, to a patient-friendly approach, where patients are also involved in the decision-making about their health. So, for example, if a patient is telling you, hey, this medication is what normally helps me, we need to listen to that because it's their body. So we need to change our model to a patient-friendly, so we create a patient-friendly atmosphere so that, we increase our services. And the other thing I want to do, once we start paying people on time, the nurses, the doctors are paid on time, we ensure there's medication, the morale of the staff is going to go up, and the service is going to go up. So I want that service to be, I keep screaming about creating a business-friendly atmosphere. Let's promote our businesses. Let's not fight our businesses. Whatever is happening with Keroche is unfair. That's an authentic Kenyan company. Kenya Brewery is not a purely Kenyan company. Keroche is a purely Kenyan company, and that lady needs to be supported. And if she's falling short in terms of paying taxes, whatever, let's find a way where we can support her and improve our business. That's our baby. Instead of shutting it down, what are we doing? So, and that's my mantra. By creating business-friendly atmosphere, the idea is our businesses will thrive. People will want to invest in Kenya. Because Kenya is a place where if you have money, you can invest, get returns, grow your business, and that's how we create employment. We are killing manufacturing and importing things from outside. We don't need to import toothpicks from outside Kenya. We don't need to import toothbrushes outside Kenya. We don't need to import hats, even clothes. We killed our own companies just to import mtumba. So let's create a business-friendly, we need to create a business-friendly atmosphere and encourage investment so that our youth can get jobs. They are not going, the county has so much jobs they can offer people. The government only has so much. So where are the other? And that explains why we have a lot of unemployed people. If you look at the manufacturing sector, it's dying instead of improving. So we need to reverse that trend, improve manufacturing. But me as a governor, all I can do is create a conducive atmosphere for people to invest in Nairobi. I don't see a problem with, that's where my 50% licenses come in. If I give a company, I tell them, hey, instead of you paying 2 million for your license, pay 1 million. That helps them with their bottom line. And I also want to talk to the national government, so that any multinationals that come to invest in Nairobi, let's reduce the corporate tax. The corporate tax is like 40%. Let's reduce it to 20%. Let these people come, as long as the condition will be, when they come to invest, the condition will be to create employment for our people. So, that's my solution. it looks like it's something that's unattainable. But if we truly create a business-friendly atmosphere in Kenya, we are going to get people investing in Kenya. Hotels are closing. A lot of businesses are closing down because the cost of doing business here is too high. Let's bring it down so that we can get jobs for our people, for our youth.
Thank you, Baba. Now, women have become an important aspect in leadership. Maybe what do you have in store for women so as to ensure they feel inclusive of the government?
Well, my deputy governor is a lady. My administration will have a 50-50% inclusion. All the CES posts, there will be 50% male, 50% women. I know some argument is going to come. Are you going to employ people based on gender instead of qualifications? It's going to be both qualifications and gender. And I believe I'll get 50% of the women who are just as qualified as the men. So it's going to be a 50-50% participation between men and women in my administration.
So you assure women that 50% of
my administration
will be women?
I started with the deputy governor. Okay. Governor is a male, deputy is a female. So all the other posts, I think is 20 or 22 other CES posts. If it's 20 or 22, 11 will go to women, 11 will go to men. And we'll get them, they will be qualified people. I don't have an interest, I don't have special bodies or special lobby interests that are forcing me to put this person, employ this person or this person. Everything will be that. And another thing that I want to do is I'm going to change. I want to include in the informal sectors in Nairobi. Some people from Kibera, some people from Soweto, some people from Madare, some people from the informal sectors in Westlands. We'll get them, as long as they are qualified, we'll get them appointed in my administration. Oh, and by the way, now speaking about, we talked about the 100 days. One other thing that I'm going to do is we're going to set aside 50 billion shillings. We are setting aside 50 billion shillings. This 50 billion shillings is to help businesses. As long as you have a business, you can come get a loan. It's not going to be the level of the bank. Of course, you are going to need some requirements so that we ensure the money is paid back, so that small businesses can thrive, can improve, and when they improve and when they improve in productivity, they can employ people. That's also another way of creating employment. We promote businesses, give them loans so that they can expand. So if you have a branch here, another branch in Kangemi, another branch in whatever, you'll need staff to work with, and that's another way of creating employment.
Now we're having sports, culture and heritage. They're still important aspects in Kenya. Maybe, are we seeing a governor in Mr. Kenneth Nyamwamu who supports sports, culture and heritage?
Yes, because I used to play sports in this city, and I know the problems that they go through. One of the biggest impediments of sports development in Kenya is the Sports Council of Kenya. It's supposed to promote, but instead it has played a big role in impeding the development of sports in Kenya. If it were for me, this is out of my scope, by the way. I'm just going to offer a solution to a way forward in sports. I will take sports from the national government. Let sport entities be private entities. These private entities, let them work hand in hand with sponsors, financial sponsors, be it newspapers, be it whatever sponsors, corporate sponsors. Let them work hand in hand. Let them improve efficiency in the way they are running their entities, because they are private entities. So the issue of corruption and all this will be a thing of the past. Then that way, they are taking the best of the best. They are investing in the development of the sport. So if you have corporate sponsors here and there, that money, some of it will go to development. We can have good gyms, good facilities, because if you wait for the government, we've tried this for 60 years. Nothing is going on. In fact, the trajectory of sports is going downhill instead of going uphill. So for me, my solution is for sports organization to be private entities. And that way, you know, efficiency and you get people looking for corporate sponsors. So you're not making a profit per se, but you're not making a loss either. Because when you're in the government, there is no sense of responsibility. Watu wanaangalia tu mambo ya kukula. So that would be my national approach to sports. Now, when we come to Nairobi, we have social halls that were created for sports in Nairobi. We have, and some of those social halls have been taken away and they are performing non-sport related activities. The first thing I'm doing as governor is to take them back and have them only do what their purposes was. If they have badminton halls, table tennis halls, boxing halls, those will go back so that, you know, we can have our youths a place to train first. Let's take away the bars, let's take away the people who are sleeping there. You know, that's not what they were intended to. So we'll get them back to the original purpose. Once we've gotten them back, we'll renovate them. Because a lot of them haven't seen any renovation since the 80s or the 70s. So they need to be renovated. And then let's get sports going back the way it was before. But the national approach is to take sports out of the government, have private entities. For example, the KFF thing now is suspended or whatever. If that was a private entity, so somebody's given a franchise. So KFF, I would say, okay, if you want a team in Kisii, these are the requirements. You need to come up with this X amount of capital. You need to have 100 million. You need to have a sports facility that should be up to date. You need to have a system of paying players. You need to cooperate, get some sponsors, and show us a way how to create this revenue. Merchandising, all that stuff. Let all that stuff be incorporate the national body, so you form a private national body, and then this national body sells the franchises to every corners. And when you have a franchise like in Kisumu, those are the requirements. We need the facilities to be like this. And you know, they will include the participation of the people. Let the people in Kisumu invest in their sport. Let them be proud of their team. Let them buy their merchandise. So, you know, let's have sports from a commercial aspect. Let's have corporations invest in it. So that's the way to promote sports. But to wait for the government, we've done it for 60 years. It's not happening. It's not happening, and we are not going to achieve we've never qualified for the World Cup. There's a big reason for that. There's a reason why Ghana and Nigeria qualified for World Cup. They set up camps. These people go to Europe at an early age. They come back when they are mature. They are tactically superior. So those are some of the things we need to do, but you need money. And the only way to get money if you give it a commercial approach, not the what do you call it, not the government approach that we have. So yeah, that's what I'll do for you.